This is a continuation of the story of Macarius the Younger. Is it the Younger? Macarius the Younger. Born in the early 300s and died in 401. So he was a contemporary of Saint Basil, Basil the Great, and Saint Gregory Nazianzen. I don't know that he knew them, but he lived in the exact same time frame. He lived in around Alexandria, Egypt, and in the deserts and around the Nile in Egypt. He seems to have been known for depriving himself of food, of warmth, and of protection from the elements, from the cold at night and the heat, the drastic heat in the day. He deprived himself of food, of sleep. At one point, the devil told him, "Why don't you go to Rome and cast out all the demons?" And he struggled with liking to travel, and so he once took a big basket of sand and packed it on into a basket, sand, and started carrying it into the desert, and eventually he got so weakened that it pretty much helped cure him of his travels, of his desire to travel. One story tells of how he went into the marshes naked for 20 days and was beset by flies and mosquitoes, blood-sucking flies, to get himself out of his last temptations of lust. He got so bitten so much that the only way the monks, when he returned to his monastery, the only way they knew him was by his voice. That's how bit up he got. That's pretty nasty. One time he stayed 20 days and nights out in the desert, in the cold, and in the heat of the day and the cold of the evening. And lastly, this last story I didn't say before, so listen to the other one to get all the completely accurate. In old age, Macarius journeyed to a monastery, again back to travel, where there were 1,400 hermits who lived under the rigid rule of Saint Pachomius. Macarius was refused admittance. He was an old man at this point. Quote, "You are too old to survive the great rigor we have here," Pachomius told him. "One should be trained in it from childhood, or else one cannot stand it. Your health would fail, and you would curse us for harming you." Macarius then stood at the abbey gate for 7 days and nights, without sleep, without food, and without saying a word. Finally, the monks relented and let him in. Macarius stood in a corner of the monastery in complete silence for all of Lent, living on nothing but a few cabbage leaves each Sunday. He said, quote, "More to avoid ostentation than for any real need." So he really ate it just to satisfy other people rather than that he actually felt he needed those few cabbage leaves. The monks became so jealous of their new brother that they took their complaint to Pachomius, who asked God for illumination. When he learned that this old man was Macarius, he went to him and said, quote, "My brother, I thank you for the lesson given my sons. It will prevent their boasting about their modest mortifications." So this guy was a legend, in other words. "You have edified us sufficiently. Return to your monastery and pray for us each day." So this old man put these young monks to shame at this monastery. Again, he was a contemporary of Basil the Great and Gregory Nazianzen. So I just thought that story was incredible, and I love the last part there. He Pachamarius, whatever, asked God for illumination, and when he realized that this was Macarius, he went to him and said, "My brother, thank you for the lesson." So I thought that was awesome. You've edified us. Return to. So he releases him from the duty at the monastery, and says, "Go back to your monastery and pray for us each day." So he asked Macarius, Pachamarius, whatever, asked Macarius to pray for them each day. So I just thought that was awesome. So again, Saint Macarius, pray for us. Saint Pachamius, also pray for us. These are people who learn how to deprive themselves of small luxuries, well, not even small, even the basics of life, so that when sin comes, they can say no to that as well. They have the strength. So that's something we can all remember about fasting and about prayer. So again, let us pray for strength in these troubling times. Pray for strength and wisdom, and continue to pray for the souls in purgatory.